March 10th, 2026. Today marks exactly 150 years since the world fractured. But to understand the break, you have to understand the silence that came before. For thousands of years, distance was a prison. If you weren't in the room with someone, they were gone. The world was vast, quiet, and terrifyingly disconnected. Life moved at the speed of a horse. News was history by the time it arrived. We lived in isolated bubbles of reality. Silence wasn't a luxury you paid for at a retreat. It was the default setting of the human experience. We didn't know it yet, but we were living in the final days of true solitude. Enter Alexander Graham Bell. Not a tycoon, but a teacher of the deaf. He was obsessed with the physical shape of sound. He wasn't trying to build a social network, he was trying to solve a telegraph problem. He was a tinkerer in a Boston boarding house, unaware he was about to build a digital god. His machine was crude: acid, cork, wire, and wood. It looked like junk, but Bell believed he could turn the human soul into an electric spark. History didn't change with a speech. It changed with a spill. On March 10, 1876, Bell knocked over a jar of acid. In pain, he shouted into the mouthpiece, "Mr. Watson, come here, I want to see you." He was just asking for help. But Thomas Watson, 3 rooms away, didn't hear a shout through the wall. He heard the voice come out of the machine. It was a ghost in the wire. The barrier of space had just been vaporized. The world didn't applaud. They were suspicious. Western Union called it a toy. People thought it was intrusive, even demonic. Why would you want a disembodied voice in your house? They couldn't see the future. But the utility was undeniable. The infection spread instantly. Within a decade, the nervous system of the planet was being built. We were so desperate to connect that we strangled our cities. Look at New York in 1890. The sky is blocked by a mat of copper vines. We were lashing ourselves together, physically ensuring we could never be apart again. The internet was originally made of people. Armies of operators, the hello girls, manually plugging your life into mine. There was no privacy. To make a call, you told a stranger who you wanted. The operators knew who was cheating, who was broke, and who was dying. The network was a human system full of judgment. We traded anonymity for speed, a bargain we are still making today. In the country, 10 families shared one, quote, party line. If the phone rang, everyone could pick up and listen. It was the original social media feed, a communal stream of gossip where nothing was secret. By mid-century, the phone demanded its own furniture. The telephone table was a shrine, but it changed the rules of the home. Before, you had to knock to enter. Now, a ringing bell allowed anyone to barge into your living room instantly. The ring became a command. Dinner, sleep, intimacy, all subject to the tyranny of the bell. We learned to interrupt our lives for the device. But the network had limits. The busy signal, a sound that taught us patience. It said, "Stop, the line is full," a concept that is alien to us now. We were connected, but we were leashed. The coiled cord dictated the geography of the home. Privacy meant stretching that yellow plastic wire into a closet and whispering. We loved the voice, but we hated the wall. We wanted to cut the cord. 1980s. The cord snaps. The brick phone wasn't just technology, it was a weapon of status. It meant you were too important to ever be unreachable. Then the pager, the digital leash. It trained us to panic when we beeped. It conditioned us to be on call 24 hours a day. The anxiety of the notification started here. We filled the empty spaces. The car, once a place of solitude and music, became a mobile office. We were systematically killing silence. Then the democratization. Suddenly, everyone had a phone. And we stopped talking. We started typing. Texting allowed us to communicate without the messiness of a real voice. We began to prefer the data over the human. 2007. The phone was eaten by the computer. It became a portal. We carry banks, maps, arcades, and televisions in our pockets. The zombie walk. We navigate the physical world, but our consciousness is elsewhere. We are everywhere, except here. We are trapped in a chemical loop. The device is engineered to exploit our dopamine receptors. We check it 150 times a day. We panic when we can't feel it in our pocket. We touch this glass and metal more than we touch the skin of our spouses. We have created the alone crowd. We are more connected than any humans in history, yet we are lonelier than ever. We have traded the depth of presence for the breadth of connection. And privacy? It's gone. The operators are now algorithms. The network bell built to carry voices now carries our locations, our finances, and our secrets. We voluntarily carry a tracking device that records our entire lives. The phantom vibration. Our nervous systems have wired themselves into the network. We are part of the machine now. Where next? The screen will vanish. The phone will move into our glasses, or our brains. The goal is to remove all friction, to make the internet a permanent layer of reality. So here we are, 150 years since the wire vibrated. 150 years of noise. If Bell could see us, would he be proud? He wanted to conquer distance. He succeeded. But in conquering distance, we destroyed the sanctuary of the moment. We killed the silence. Perhaps the most radical act you can commit in 2026 is to turn it off. We can't go back to 1875. The wires are here to stay. But we can choose to look up. To honor the 150th anniversary, maybe the best thing to do isn't to make a call, but to listen to the world around you. Happy anniversary to the fracture. History is an endless story, and the invention of the telephone is just one page. We are honored to have you with us for this journey. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.